From the heart of the Cape, this is Barnstable Today for Monday, October 6th. Welcome aboard. I'm Mark Mumford.
The Ruth Russia Trust gets the town council's approval for a hostel on Ocean Street. That's our lead story. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Friel.
After being the subject of discussion at several town council meetings, the hostel proposal passed at the last session on a vote of 10-3.
I'm Deborah Converse. I'm CEO of the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, and I know you received an email from us this week. And I just wanted to stress and say we support having a hostel in town. We think it's a fabulous idea. We think it's a fabulous opportunity for anyone who stays in a hostel. We just don't think that this is the place to put a hostel. Long discussions were held about having a growth incentive zone, about having an economic development area in town. The Harbor District was one of those areas. And to place something that is not going to be an economic benefit to the town, won't be a year-round operating facility. It doesn't bring in a lot of business to town, except, as I said last time, to have T-shirts bought and that kind of thing. To place it in this zone, the long discussions were held to have a growth management area and bring an economic benefit to the town is doing a disservice, and it's not the highest and best use of the area. So again, we support the idea of a hostel. We'd be certainly willing, and I think Skip Simpson, who is president or chairman of the board, offered to help look for property around town that would be more appropriate. We just don't believe that this seasonal hostel serves the intent of the growth incentive zone. Thank you.
We're going to be in a better place to attract people to our community. And as someone said to me, it's better to gain a small amount of money than to gain no money at all. And I think if we attract and can maintain a certain caliber of tourists that come here to enjoy our community as before they get on the steamship to go to Nantucket or the islands, or get on their bikes to go further down Cape, or train or bus or car, or however they get here, including families. I think we're going to be ahead of the game, and it will be a unique opportunity to, in fact, in my opinion, enhance that part of Ocean Street, and maybe an incentive for other buildings in the area to come up to the standard of a new complex in that area. So again, the word incentive really did pop out at me this afternoon, and I gave it even more thought, and I see this as a clear incentive for our community. So again, I just want people to know that I would be supporting it for those very reasons. Thank you.
Okay, now we're ready.
Richard Barry.
Yes.
Janice Barton.
Yes.
Ann Kennedy.
Pass.
Frederick Chirigotis.
Yes.
James Crocker.
No.
Leah Curtis.
Yes.
Henry Farnham.
No.
Janet Jochum.
Yes.
Gregory Milne.
Yes.
James Munifo.
No.
Thomas Rugo.
Yes.
James Tinsley.
Yes.
Harold Toby. Ann Kennedy.
Yes.
Councilor Curtis, you passed too? You said yes, right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 yes and 3 no.
Okay, congratulations. You have a hostel.
October means that summer is just a memory. However, it does not mean that the Hyannis art scene is fading for the year.
That front remains vibrant and active, as demonstrated by the just completed Fall for the Arts weekend.
Kevin sought out additional information through conversation with Margaret von Skyver, the president of the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod.
Maggie, thanks for joining us. The Fall for the Arts weekend has come and gone. How was it?
It was fabulous. It exceeded our expectations.
How many groups and organizations participated this year?
Well, we initiated this event in 3 towns simultaneously, in Dennis, Hyannis, and Falmouth. And including those 3 towns, we had over 60 restaurants and over 150 businesses, most of them arts-based organizations.
Wow, that's quite impressive. That must have taken a lot of preparation and planning for this. What went into that?
Oh, so many people to thank. The Arts Foundation of Cape Cod is, of course, Cape Cod's regional arts organization. So we begin with an excellent staff and an excellent board, but we partnered on this event with the Cape Cod View, and it was really their vision jointly with ours, and then we worked with partners in each community. In Hyannis, we worked with the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, and with the BID, and with the Cape Cod Art Association, and also with a lot of individual artists and business owners that had a real interest in what we were doing.
So let's focus our attention a little bit to what happened in Hyannis this weekend. What were the events that were ongoing?
Oh, there was an awful lot going on in Hyannis. People that attended really had a lot of choices. Right here on the Village Green, we had musical performances both Saturday and Sunday afternoon. Dixieland Diehards, the Tripping Lily Group, Stanley and Grimm, and Link Montana. And then, of course, you saw the big tents. We had over 45 individual artists who were members or affiliated with the Cape Cod Art Association, and they brought work in a variety of media. They had children's activities and just an awful lot going on there.
And there's also a restaurant tied to all of this. Could you tell us a little bit about what they've done?
You bet. I mentioned when I was talking about our participants that we had so many restaurants. This is what we call a cultural tourism initiative, and the idea is that someone comes perhaps to see one thing, but they stay and make a day of it. So residents and visitors came, and they would go to a museum they might not have seen before, or they'd go to a gallery, and then they'd stay and they would enjoy lunch or they would enjoy dinner at one of the fabulous restaurants in the Hyannis area.
Maggie, there's also a couple Barnstable local art galleries that are involved on Pearl Street.
Yes, we have fabulous galleries in Hyannis, and there's been a real renaissance that the town of Hyannis has led within the area. If we look just at the Pearl Street area as an example, and I'll refer to my notes because there are so many I cannot remember them. Pearl Street galleries include the Gallery at 20 Pearl, which is brand new, the Geyer Barn, of course, the Inner Pearl Studio, the Mayflower Studio, the wonderful Sarah Hall Artscape, Breakdown, I think I mentioned, and more. And each of these galleries had activities, and their doors were open, and they were filled with guests. And that just complemented the other museums and the other galleries in the area. The Zion Union Heritage Museum, which has African American and Cape Verdean exhibits and art, is open and very new. The JFK Museum had that wonderful, and I believe still has, a wonderful exhibit with the Cape Cod Baseball League Hall of Fame. And so folks that came to the area had these choices as well as some of the popular favorites like the Cape Cod Conservatory, Barnstable campus.
Maggie, thank you for joining us on Barnstable Today. That was great.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. And we look forward to seeing you next summer. This is going to be an annual event. And we'll do it again the first weekend of October, which is the launch of National Arts and Humanities Month.
Great. We can look forward to it.
Thank you.
Looks like great weather conditions to get out and paint Cape Cod landscapes, at least for the next couple of days. Tonight, mainly clear skies, with the mercury dipping down into the lower 40s. Then tomorrow, plenty of sunshine with winds at 10 to 15 out of the northwest and highs sneaking up into the lower 60s.
There's something special on the meeting schedule this evening. It's a public hearing with the Recreation Department in regard to a proposed smoking ban on town of Barnstable beaches, and it starts at 7 in the Town Hall hearing room. Meanwhile, tomorrow morning there is a parking rate schedule change hearing for the kiosk-based system at Bismore Park starting at 11, then Coastal Resources at 5 tomorrow evening in the hearing room.
And don't forget, there's another voting registration deadline coming up pretty quickly. You have until the 15th to get the paperwork completed to vote in the general election next month.
And a fresh season of skating at the Kennedy Rink is right around the corner as well. The fun begins this Friday. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kevin Friel.
We'll meet you right back here tomorrow. I'm Mark Mumford.